What I really want to talk about is mental health, specifically codependency. I don't know how I can say this and leave the greatest impact, but you, my dear, probably are most likely codependent. You don't know it, and because maybe you don't know what codependency is, but this is what I want to share and start a conversation about. This world is in a global pandemic of codependency. And if it is not given the attention that it needs, we will self destruct, especially with the increasing rate of technology, the growth of technology and business and social media. Social media and technology alone are going to exponentially exaggerate and proliferate codependency. So we have got to start the healing process. And that's each and every one of us from all walks of life, every economic category. We all must pay attention to the interior world now. It is high time. We have neglected this self. We have neglected for too long. And we've focused on everyone else and pleasing everyone else, or criticizing and cutting down and tearing down everyone else, because we're doing that to ourselves. This is the root of codependency: fear, shame, guilt, and judgment. Right now, I just want to get out there and make it open the topic, so to speak, open the topic for conversation. And who am I, first of all? My name is Jules, and I have been working in mental health for a while, for a long time, and I'm not a therapist or psychiatrist or anyone licensed in those areas. But what I can tell you is I have studied human behavior. I have studied it so much that I feel like my insight and my awareness would be hampered and constricted by if I went and got a license, because I thought about it, and people have said you should be a therapist. They've said it many, many, many years. You should be a therapist. But I'll tell you what, we don't need a degree or a license when we have a gift, when we have a talent that we recognize surpasses the ordinary. And I'm not telling you to sit there with a big head and overblown confidence. I'm talking about when you have a grounded awareness of who you are and know yourself. You have self-awareness, right? And this is the first step to healing: self-awareness, getting to know your inner world. Because for far too long, this world that we live in has been focusing on performance, the external world. That's the difference. Codependency is performance and external world. Healing and self-love, which is what healing moves us toward. Self-love is about interior world and self-awareness. Okay? Codependency is fear, shame, guilt, and judgment. Codependency is fear, shame, guilt, and judgment. The four horsemen of the apocalypse, literally, will be fear, shame, guilt, and judgment. Those are the tools of codependency. The goal is silence and control. We do it to ourselves when we're codependent, and we do it to others when we are codependent. We silence and control them through manipulation. What is the ultimate goal? To avoid vulnerability, to avoid what is believed to be dangerous. It is a survival instinct, a learned survival skill. Dysfunctional as it may be, it's a survival skill. Manipulation, that is codependency. And there is no blame, there is no shame, there is no guilt, there is no judgment. It just is. And do you know why it just is? Because it's been that way since we have been in the cave. It was the strategy of survival. Tribal, family, units, individuals. It was the mode of survival, codependency. If we could manipulate one another, it's more efficient and swift than reasoning and speaking and persuading and teaching. See? So codependency bloomed, it blossomed while we were still in the caves, dealing with all the tragedy, suffering, pain, and loss. So as I was saying, we were in the caves, struggling to survive and deal with pain, suffering, loss, and so forth. It was unbearable. It led to death. It led to fear. And codependency blossomed. We had no pain medication, no treatment, no alleviation, no answers, no wisdom, no insight. We just survived. That was the cave experience. You can understand then how codependency flourished, if you can use the term flourished, but it did. Now, as I said before, it began in the caves. The mind-body began in the caves. The mind-body, which I will refer to the human skeletal organic material being that you dwell in. That is what I refer to as the mind-body. Basic information, right? The mind-body. It is stealthy. The mind-body was built for survival. That is it, and that is all. Just like any species on the planet, in the universe, it was built, designed for survival. It is not a moral, ethical, anything. There is none. There is no moral or ethical concern or ideology behind it. It is just basic survival. That's the mind-body. Then there is you inhabiting the mind-body. You are the real being. You are the spiritual energy that inhabits the mind-body. This is where you get your consciousness of being. Why am I alive? I am aware I'm alive. I'm aware that I'm talking. I'm aware that I'm aware. Do you see what I mean? That's you. That is who you are. not your mind body. You are the spiritual energy